Stay tuned and let's check out this Marvel Legends totally awesome Hulk Build-A-Figure wave, Captain Marvel. Pow and welcome back to the channel, Dan Who Reviews. As always, my name is Dan W. Make sure you are following me on Instagram at It's Dan Who, and remember now you can hit that join button and become a channel member as well. Either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. Today we continue looking at this Marvel Legends totally awesome Hulk Build-A-Figure wave. As in front of me today we have Carol Danvers herself, aka Captain Marvel. Now this whole wave was to accompany the Marvels movie that doesn't come out until November, but that MCU schedule gets changed quite a lot, and the film was originally meant to be released this summer, but it got pushed back. So we've ended up with the figures a little bit earlier, but we have seen a trailer and we've seen lots of promotional images of these characters in their new costume designs. Now, like everybody else, Phase 4 was a little hit, a little miss for me, but I still get excited to see new MCU movies and to add new figures to our collection. So I'm intrigued with these. Today, obviously, Captain Marvel. So there she is in the front of the box with the Marvels logo, an image of her on the side. Brie Larson, of course, very controversial at the minute. I don't know why. We get a Build-A-Figure piece, but I've already reviewed the figure on the channel, and she comes with a couple of interchangeable hands and some effect pieces. There we have the totally awesome Hulk all built up. Go and check out the review. As I said, to build him, you will need to buy all 6 of the figures in this wave. Well, 6 of 7. Today we're looking at Captain Marvel. So there she is. Let's get her open. So here we have Carol out of the packaging with those few accessories I mentioned. Now don't get me wrong, I would always appreciate more, but at least with MCU figures we know to expect completely newly tooled, unique, pinless bodies, and that's exactly what we get here with Carol in her new streamlined look, which I do really like. We've seen her show up a few times during Phase 4 via a hologram at the end of Shang-Chi, and then right at the end of Miss Marvel as well, to sort of set up what's going to go on in this film. Now the figure itself stands at about 6 inches tall, so of course I'll do some comparisons as we go through, but I do think the likeness here is much better than the promo images give it credit for, which is usually the case. Let's zoom in. Ultimately, you can let me know in the comments below, do you see at least a hint of Brie Larson in this Carol Danvers head sculpt? I think you can. I'm not too sure if it's coming across on camera, maybe not straight on, but when you start sort of looking at it from different angles, you can definitely see the actress in there. Like, look at that. You can definitely see Brie Larson in that head sculpt. I reckon it's the best one we have gotten so far in Marvel Legends. I think she's got a little blemish on her eyebrow, but otherwise she's got the new hairstyle to go along with the new uniform. Thank God she grew it out from Endgame. But if I can find a comparison online of the new movie, then you can see a straight up direct comparison yourself. Again, let me know in the comments what you think. But let's compare it to some previous head sculpts. So let's go way back to the first movie so we can see a Captain Marvel head sculpt. And again, I think it is a vast improvement from that head sculpt. And then the Endgame head sculpt, the likeness was there in the face, and the hair obviously is comic accurate. I just wasn't a fan, but it is pretty good. But I definitely think this one we have here is our winner. But again, you get it in hand for yourself and let me know. But it's definitely better than the promo images. Now let's zoom out and check out this uniform. So again, it is an upgraded uniform compared to the 2 previous ones, and again I'll do a comparison. But all this gold is sort of sculpted on there, that gold sort of star with this piping going all the way around, and there are sculpted lines throughout this uniform. You can sort of see it in the lights there, but it is a navy blue, not as metallic as the previous blues. We've got a little bit of red and gold on the silver as well, on the shoulder, sorry, and you've got double jointed pinless elbows. That's what it's all about with our Marvel Legends female. So you've got the bicep swivel, my bicep's a little loose there, shoulders go all the way up, and then double jointed elbows. Look at that, all the way. Okay, so it's a little bit awkward like that, but it does allow you for much better range. Then you've got the diaphragm joint here, swivel, tilt, not so much forward and back, more back than forward, which is probably better for flying poses. Bit of tilt, and that's where you get your waist swivel as well, up here at the diaphragm. I say waist swivel where it's nowhere near the waist. Yeah, my arm's a little bit loose. I don't like that. Maybe that's just a one-off. The legs is all navy, going down to the gold trim on the boots. It looks like there would be a boot swivel, but there isn't. You get ankle pivot and rocker. She's wearing these bigger heels, but I haven't had an issue with her standing so far. You've got the double jointed pinless knees as well, so we can do that, and they will go all the way. She can kick her own ass, no problem at all. So I think you get on a flight stand, she's going to be looking very good, all posed up. You got a little bit of skin on these sort of short sleeves with the gold and then the matching gloves. But all in all here, looks pretty good. The belt's got a little bit of detail as well, a little bit of colour on there, sculpted lines on the back too. But otherwise, a completely pinless, double-jointed female Marvel Legend that is a pretty solid representation to the character with a pretty good likeness. As you've seen out of the box, she comes with a set of fisted hands for fighting poses or a more neutral look. You also get one open palm expressive hand and a gripping hand, but nothing to grip, so I wonder what that's about. You do get some effect pieces though. Now we've seen these many times before in Marvel Legends, this time in a translucent yellow colour to sort of demonstrate her cosmic ability. Now these pose up fine and they look okay on display, but I would like to see Hasbro attempt a new effect piece rather than just constantly reusing the old ones. So yeah, okay. Moving into our Captain Marvel Carol Danvers comparison of how her costume has changed through her few movie appearances. So we go way back to the first Captain Marvel. You can see the blue is a lot more metallic and there's definitely more red on the uniform. Of course, that one's got the helmet as well. And then her Endgame look, she changed the design again. A lot more blue here, less red, but both of them still have the gold piping. Now, the new one is a lot more streamlined, less busy, if you will, and it's a navy blue. So definitely a different blue compared to the other two, with less gold and just a hint of red up top. So up to you which one you prefer. I actually think I do prefer this new one. It's a lot more, as I said, streamlined, smarter, and there is a nice texture throughout the figure as well. But I wonder if she wears the actual helmet and the mohawk in this movie. I doubt it, but I'll try a head swap anyway. So there we have the Mohawk helmet from the first movie on this new body. Now it does pop on there, and because it's a dumbbell joint, you can get the head looking really nicely up, so you can get her in some great flying poses. But we haven't seen the film yet, so we don't actually know if she's going to wear the helmet and Mohawk in this new movie. We're going to have to wait and see. But the head does pop on there if you want to take some pictures. I think proportionally it's okay, maybe slightly too big. The skin tone is different, but because she's wearing the mask, you can't really tell. But yeah, at least you have your option. And then I did put the new head on the old body as well, in case you wanted to see that. As I said, I think the likeness is definitely better on this one. Just the hairstyles don't match to the previous movie. But again, you can swap and make your own. And if you wanted to see it with the jacket, as that was a variant we got from the first wave, there you go. That works nicely. And here we have the Marvels all together: Captain Marvel Carol Danvers, Miss Marvel Kamala Khan, and Photon Monica Rambeau, who we haven't seen in the MCU since she appeared in WandaVision. So I am looking forward to seeing these three's dynamic in the new movie. But we're going to have to wait until November, but at least we have the figures now. And I think these are three solid representations of the characters and their new costume designs in completely pinless Marvel Legend form. Honestly, Monica has potential for being one of the best female MCU Marvel Legends ever, and that Kamala Khan head sculpt is much better in hand than you think. So I will be taking a closer look at those two in separate reviews, so make sure you stick around on the channel. For some more MCU Phase 4 female comparisons, we have Jennifer Walters, aka She-Hulk, and then we have Kamala Khan again in her original look. And remember, Carol does turn up right at the end of that Disney Plus series. Some more Phase 4 MCU female love. We have America Chavez and Black Panther. And these two are officially MCU canon now. We have Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Back in the world of comics, if you need some bad guys to beat up, then I think you can get away with using some of these scrolls. And to wrap up, here we have the Who crew with Frogman, Jocasta and Tigra. And remember, Jocasta is reading comments from the previous video. Who did you pick today?
Chemuel says, "Bring on the Inhumans, Hasbro. This I command," and agreed that the Sunspot body would have been great. Also, hi Jocasta.
And last and never least, Captain Britain. And Hal, Fire, Hank. Final thoughts on this Marvel Legends Totally Awesome Hulk Build-A-Figure Wave Captain Marvel from the Marvels. Now, getting the MCU figures in hand before the films even release does always whet the appetite, and I think the three MCU figures in this wave look really nice in hand and look even better together. This is probably the best likeness we have gotten to Brie Larson in Marvel Legends form as well, and probably my favourite uniform for her as well. Now, until we see the movie, we don't really know if she's missing accessories. It could be another Star-Lord situation where we complain he's missing his helmet, but then he never wears it in the movie. We don't know if she actually wears her helmet in this film until we've seen it, but still it is a solid, completely pinless, double jointed, articulated female Marvel Legend to add to your collection. But as always, if you like Marvel Legends, then you're in the right place. Check out the videos tab on the playlist, the podcast, but please hit that subscribe button, hit all on the notification bell, don't miss out on the video, and please hit that join button, become a channel member, either show some love or join the members club. Much appreciated. You can follow me on Instagram at It's Dan Who. I'm on Twitter, don't be shy, tweet me, Dan Who Reviews. And until then, I would of course see you on the next one.